Thus, the 10 days that Monokuma gave us passed. Finally, it's been so long. Monokuma summoned us to the gym.
Well now.
Well, 10 days have passed and it looks like... How the fuck? Shuichi, what did you do?
After an oddly long pause for dramatic effect, Monokuma continued.
You all
No
can
way.
graduate. Shuichi pulled some timey-wimey bullshit.
Oh, yes, it was all me all along. I gave him the power, Monokuma.
Screw you, Nagito. Get out of here.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Graduation?
So unsure.
You mean we can all get out of here?
Well...
Yeah, that's what it means.
What?
Does that include the degenerate males, too? I prefer if those males were confined here for the rest of their lives. Hey, don't give Monokuma any funny ideas now.
Yeah?
Relax, I don't have that much free time. I'm not going to cause any major upshifts in a bonus mode.
Wow, wow,
Still, though, I'm reluctant to see everyone graduate. But it's the result the viewers wanted. So what's done is done.
Do you agree?
When you mention the viewers, are you referring to the people watching this?
Why?
Hey, how come they get to decide how this ends?
Quiet!
Geez, that doesn't matter. Just like how it doesn't matter if Himiko's magic is just parlor tricks.
Where did that come from? Don't make fun of magic. Magic is the foundation the world is built on, yeah.
Anyways, I'm just gonna leave you all with these words.
Hey!
This outcome doesn't mean I lost.
No.
I'm not mad that you're graduating. In fact, it's what I expected.
Wow, wow,
Everything went how it was supposed to go. Overall, I think that's a good thing.
Aw.
He's such a sore loser.
So, what if I am? Even if I fail, I learn from my mistakes. That's just the kind of bear I am. I have a lot to think about, just in case there are any plans for the future.
What?
Plans?
You gotta be kidding me!
You're not making any sense.
Out of my way!
I mean, what did you even want out of this anyways? Clearly you weren't interested in pawning those candid shots you took of me.
What are you saying?
What did I want? Well, it wasn't those candid shots. Monosuke was quite interested in them. He racked in a pretty penny. But me, it's obvious. Obviously. I'm always thinking about what the audience wants. Because I'm the darling mascot of Danganronpa.
Danganronpa? What's that? Gwanta doesn't understand. Is it because Gwanta not smart?
No.
No. He is simply making no sense to begin with.
Well...
I don't want to ruin the main game in this side story, so I'll just leave things here. Well, see you later. And don't forget, Monokuma is forever eternal.
Monokuma is love. Monokuma is life. Because without Monokuma, there is no Nagito. Without Nagito, there is no bullshit hope. Oh. Yeah, Monokuma. And he left.
What's wrong?
So, we're allowed to leave now.
Of course!
Of course. If they suddenly change their minds, I'll kick their asses straight into orbit.
Ew.
Jeez, Kaito, even after all this, you're still just talk. Full of hot air. Its top head is already writing checks that its bottom head can't cash.
That's right.
At any rate, Muse vulgarity aside, it certainly seems as though we can leave this place, right?
Everyone!
We've earned this victory, let's just enjoy it. The final day. My life ends here today. We're going to leave this place and return to reality.
Even if it's just a little bit, just a little tiny bit. Isn't it just plain sad to leave here?
Really? This place has no cultural merit, so my interests lie elsewhere, like with Gwanta's forest family. To be frank, I'm happy we now have the option to leave.
That's not it.
I mean, of course I'm glad to leave, but I would have liked to stay longer. The scenery here makes cosplay shine. I wanted to enjoy it a bit longer.
Hey!
Don't you all have any regrets leaving this place?
Ryoma, however, has a very valid reason to not want to leave. Once I leave here, I'll be back in prison. When I think about that, yeah, I've got regrets leaving this place. Gwanta's sad to see everyone go. Everyone was getting along too.
Hey,
Once we're out of here, we still remember our time here together. We should keep the things we've obtained close to our hearts and work towards a new life.
what are you talking about?
Things we've obtained.
Right?
You get it right, Shuichi? The things we've obtained in this life. Ah, you mean everyone's underpants.
Okay.
Yeah. what we obtained from our time here. Dating techniques, we did obtain those as well. We are now the ultimate Casanova. Good ratings, we probably got those too because everybody wanted to see us graduate. Or bonds of friendship. I think Kayade means the bonds of friendship. The bonds of friendship, right? If we never got dragged into this mess, we never would have met each other. Perhaps that's why the bond between us is so strong.
Ew.
Yuck, embarrassing.
But you know...
But Shuichi's absolutely right, you know. As long as we got our bond, there's no reason to regret leaving. I still got my regrets. But my memories of you guys will make prison a little easier on me.
Going to do his
Wanta
best.
believes he can work harder to become true gentlemen like Shuichi.
But
Just because we are no longer trapped here does not mean we will be apart forever. If you require my service, you may call me.
Amen.
I will pray to Atua for everyone's happiness, I will. I'm so glad I met all of you. I'll always love you guys forever and ever. He's probably lying again. Anyways, I see. Well, if everyone's okay with that.
During these last 10 days, we obtained something irreplaceable, an irreplaceable bond. With that bond in our hearts, we will return to our everyday lives. Lives without Monokuma, or the Monokubs, or Exosouls, or locked rooms or rules. Now that last part is a lie, Shuichi. Society has rules that you need to follow. Finally, just a normal life. But deep down, there's a part of me that regrets having to leave this fictional world. Perhaps I'm just scared of returning to dull days. But we don't have to be scared anymore. If we cherish these bonds between us, we can handle anything. That's how I feel about all this. Our bonds were born from some ridiculous dating game show, but that doesn't make them a farce. On the contrary, it makes them even more real, even more special, huh? We will return to the reality with new friendships in our hearts. Boring reality to a boring, dull reality. Still, it's a reality we love, and thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end, along with that tongue twister of a name. Yes, we do want to save. Afterwards. Would you like to see all your classmates' graduation events? Yes, we would. At this point, though, Meisters, I've done like 13 of them, so we're only going to do 2 real quick, and then I'll cut in the rest of them. And it's time again. It's time to have a plain goodbye. Speaking of plain people, hey, Tsumugi. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Tsumugi. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy together, after all. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some plainly good times.
I see.
Today's the end of our life here. It feels kind of lonely. I sort of wish we could stay here longer.
Huh?
Really? I'm just happy to be leaving.
I mean, of course I'm happy too, but... how should I say it? Our time here was almost like fiction, right? So, I feel like I should have enjoyed it more while I could.
Okay.
I see. I guess it isn't so strange for the ultimate cosplayer to think that way, despite not cosplaying once.
But more importantly, do you remember? The conversation we had about getting out of here and cosplaying together. I want to get out of here mostly to see you cosplay.
Leave it to me.
Of course I remember. You're going to make my costume, right?
You're right.
Yep, of course. You remember when you're going to cosplay, right?
Of course I do. I'm going to cosplay as a character from a soap opera that looks exactly like Nagito. A character from a famous anime. Believe it. A hero character from my childhood was the answer, I believe. We're going to be Kanata. Kanata the
If I
White.
remember correctly.
A hero character from my childhood, Kanata the White.
You're right.
Yes, Kanata! Not Gandalf the White, Kanata. It's the first cosplay outfit I ever made. I'm all fired up now.
It's a little embarrassing, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing costume.
You're right.
You gotta get fired up for it too. As the ultimate cosplayer, I swear it'll be better cosplay than this.
Huh?
Okay. Bye-bye, Walls. Then this? Jesus. They're even dropping hints in the bonus mode.
No.
No, it's nothing, just an inside joke.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I see. For a single fleeting moment, I thought I saw the light fade from Samugi's eyes. Or did I just imagine it? All of a sudden it turns into Gito. Oh, hey there! Hey there! How you doing, Shuichi? Oh God, what are you doing here?
If you like Kanata, then let's try a bunch of other characters too. I'm going to drag you into the cosplay swamp in no time, and you'll never escape.
Okay. I'll be careful not to get too deep then.
Shuichi.
I look forward to working with you, Shuichi.
Gosh, those eyes, they freak me out every time I see them. It's like Oma's an oh no face. She extended her hand and I took it firmly. I thought about cosplaying with Samugi. I'm sure it won't be just once. We'll cosplay together plenty of times. For whatever reason, I just know it. Of course, I still feel a little embarrassed to be cosplaying, but excited too. I'll treasure this excitement. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to a plain end. And our cosplay adventures just started. And we're back. It feels like this whole time in this place has just been a lie. Speaking of lies, hey Kokichi. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Kokichi. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy after all. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some very good times, all founded on lies.
Oh, man.
Man, it shocks me how boring our school life was. I thought there would be at least 1 or 2 murders. I'm so glad nothing violent happened. Is that a lie? Who can say? I've been lying so much lately, I can't even tell what's true or not anymore.
By the way.
Oh yeah, do you still remember our promise, Shuichi?
Huh?
Promise? You forgot? How could you? But we swore to each other. You're lying, right? You remember it, don't you? The promise I made to Kokichi, I don't remember making a goddamn promise. To join his evil organization, we didn't promise that. We also didn't promise to let him kill us. Actually, did we? I think we might have done that in the Love Suite event, but that doesn't count, I don't think. I didn't make any promises. I'm pretty sure we didn't, Kokichi. It's another one of your lies. Wait a minute, I didn't make any promises. You little rascal.
How boring.
Well, I guess you remember. A liar to the end, huh, Kokichi? I don't have lies, and I don't have anything else. My body is made up of 70% lies, Shuichi. What? Where's the water?
No.
That's not exactly something to be proud of. Also, how are you living then?
But...
But hey, my lies never bored you, right? Blush. He's not wrong. I don't want to admit it, but that is true. Because Kokichi kept lying and never clued me in on his real intentions, I felt like I was being drawn in, always wanting to know more.
Hey!
I suppose I was in the palm of your hand until the very end then. Hearing those words from you made it totally worth it, Shuichi. Since I lied to entertain people. That's a lie too, isn't it? Who knows? Well, anyways, let's keep this relationship going, even after we get out of here.
Huh?
Even after we get out of here? Because you don't know anything about me, do you? Silly. You want to get to know the real me, right? Then you should stay by my side. Oh, Kokichi. I can't actually say I don't believe that, because Kokichi himself said he doesn't believe in murder. Kokichi is right. I want to know more about him. Where do the lies and the truth begin? What about him is true, and what about him is not true? To find all that out, I shook the hand extended to me. Jeez, Shuichi really does have a hand fetish. He can lie about a lot of things, but he can't hide the warmth of his hand. Hand fetish confirmed. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Or was that a lie as well? Right. Time again to say a mysterious goodbye to a mysterious individual. That definitely isn't Nagito. What are you talking about? Who's Nagito? Don't worry about it, Rantaro. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Rantaro. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy after all. This school life was crazy, but now that I think about it, we had some fantastically mystery-driven times.
Hey.
Shuichi, I actually have something to tell you.
Huh?
What? Well, actually, how do I say this? I remember my talent. You do?
Huh?
What? I know the timing sounds awfully convenient, but it's true. Maybe Monokuma triggered something when he said we can leave, or maybe not. But whatever it was, I remember now. So, what is it?
Yeah.
An adventurer. I didn't take an arrow to the knee. It turns out I'm the ultimate adventurer. Adventurer? That actually makes a ton of sense with his social link. I thought Survivor made sense as well, because that's what he was in the main game. Rantaro had finally discovered his talent, but it brings up further questions still. Okay, I don't blame you for having a reaction like that. Even I'll admit that it sounds like something straight out of a manga.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really something I'm familiar with.
Man.
But I really am the ultimate adventurer. I was given the title of ultimate during one of my journeys.
Hey.
I was traveling through the savannah when I came across a remote village. Apparently, I helped research a rare disease that only affected the people there. I started to get famous after that, traveling the world. Before I knew it, people were calling me the ultimate adventurer. Wow, that's kind of amazing and impressive, really. That's a lot to take in, and I don't know how to react to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised too, but I guess adventurers can be a pretty big deal. I met a ton of other adventurers during my journey. As adventurers, I'm sure they're quite a unique group of people.
That's right.
Absolutely. A kid with white hair who was trying to be an assassin from birth. What, Killua? Is that who he's talking about from Hunter x Hunter? An adventurer who used chains, trying to hunt down his people's stolen eyes. Oh my gosh, it really is Hunter x Hunter. A tall man obsessed with card tricks, with a star tattooed under his eye.
Yeah.
Hisoka, gosh, I'll never forget that creepy person. Even an adventurer who was trying to pick up girls in a dungeon. Okay, that's a completely different show. Now I'm even more confused. I can see you're surprised. Your reactions make all this worth it. But you know, remembering my talent doesn't change who I am. We're still friends, you know.
Leave it to me.
Of course I'm still on your case, Rantaro.
Is that right?
Oh, you remember.
Okay.
Yes, how we were going to travel around the world together. I am the ultimate detective. I never forget a case. Well then, Mr. Detective, let me ask you this. Do you remember the reason why I wanted you to travel with me in the first place?
Okay.
Of course I do. The reason Rantaro asked me to take this case was to look for his lost family. Wasn't it his sisters, actually? All like 18
If I
of
remember
them?
correctly.
To look for your family, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's it. Other people just shrugged me off, but you really understood how I felt. You didn't tell me to give up like everyone else. That's why I wanted you.
All right.
Let's find your sisters, Rantaro. I know we can do this together.
How should I put this?
Yeah, weirdly enough, I do too. Somehow, I know that we can find them, as long as we're together.
I'm sure.
It's going to be quite the journey. But we're up for it, right, Shuichi?
Leave it to me.
Yeah, we should bring Ryoma as well. Just so you know, he's great with a tennis ball. Probably knock out any baddies that are there. Well, that's not a bad idea, but are you sure? Yes, we're bringing Ryoma. Okay, Shuichi, whatever you say, bro. I firmly grasped the hand that was held out to me. I knew that one day, that hand would be able to hold his sisters. We're going to find his family, all of them. I will do whatever I can. That promise is buried deep within my heart. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Our adventure on the world started. It's time again for another moment. This time, we're going to assassinate this ending. We're going to say goodbye to it. Speaking of assassins, hey Maki. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Maki Roll. Do you want to die? Oh, sorry, Maki. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy after all. This school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, We had some awesome times jumping from roofs into haystacks. The school life is finally over. I thought there wouldn't be anything to do trapped in here. But you were here, so it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had a lot of fun too, Maki. We didn't get to spend a lot of time together, but I'm glad you lightened up.
You.
You're quick to say embarrassing things sometimes.
Huh?
Was that a weird thing to say?
Nope.
Forget it. Anyway, I begin my assassination work again tomorrow. I feel a little depressed thinking about it, but I guess there's nothing I can do. That's true. Even when she leaves this place, she isn't returning to a peaceful life. She's returning to a world of blood and contract killing.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
No.
Nothing.
What?
Are you feeling sorry for me? I already told you, I don't need your pity.
But...
Hey.
I said it too, didn't I? If you have time to pity, then you can be doing something more productive. What did Maki say I could do for her? What did she say? To expose the assassin cult. To train by her side, to work hard as a detective. From what I remember, she didn't tell us to directly expose the assassin cult. It was us assuming that. She said, I believe that it would never end even if we did that. What I think what she really wants us to do is work hard as a detective so that people like her aren't needed.
if I remember correctly...
You want me to work hard as a detective, right?
Okay.
Yeah. People I assassinate aren't killed for simple reasons. I only kill because those certain complications occur and can only be settled with murder.
Hey.
As a detective, you should resolve the problems before people resort to assassinations. Of course, it's not as easy as just saying it.
But...
If it's going to help you, Maki, I'll do it, no matter how tough it gets. No, I'll go even further
Leave it to me.
and beyond. Plus ultra. I'll make it so that you have no choice to quit, but to quit being an assassin and get together with Kaito. Well, I'll be waiting. It's not like I'm expecting much anyway. But I guess I should find another job just in case it does happen. Maybe I'll actually try to become the real ultimate child caregiver.
That's...
I think that's a wonderful idea, Maki. But if it's okay with you... What's okay? Don't you dare, Shuichi. My ship isn't you and her, it's Kaito roll. Remember that. Maki reached out to her hand, reached her hand... What's English? Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Kaede. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy. This school life was crazy, and now that I think back on it, we had some good times. It's finally our last day here. I'm definitely happy, but I'm sort of disappointed. I just kept thinking about the worst possible situation.
But...
Yes, I'm glad nothing happened here. Actually, believe it or not, right now, I'm almost glad I was brought here.
Huh?
Huh? But why? Did something good happen? Oh, don't be so dense, Kaede. He meant you.
Okay.
A lot of good things happened. Meant you for the first one, Kaede. Oh, they're so precious. You say really embarrassing things so easily, Shuichi.
Huh?
You think so?
That's right.
Anyways, do you still remember? Know about coming over to my house?
Okay.
Of course. I was thinking about going over for a visit as soon as we get out. And you'll remember what you're doing once you come over, right? What we're going to do at Kaede's house? Meet her parents? Take Kaede's piano? Well, why would we take her piano from her? No, we were going to practice the destined duet. Practice the duet. See how much I've improved.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've played a lot of the piano here. I want us to play on my piano together, Shuichi. I want to see how well we can sync our timing, our breathing. I want you to listen to the sound of my piano. I'm sure that a piano that important to you makes a beautiful sound, Kaede.
Good job.
Not like it costs $1 million or anything, but the quality is top notch.
Huh?
Why are you all quiet all of a sudden?
I'm
I was just thinking about how happy I was to meet you, Kaede. I never met you. I never would have found the beauty of a piano. I would never know how much fun it is to play or the richness of its sound. I'm so happy that you showed me those things, Kaede. I'm not done yet.
Huh?
What? I haven't taught you all the amazing things about the piano yet. I'll be your tutor and teach you everything. We have all the time in the world now.
Right?
Right? Oh, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're right. We have all the time in the world once we're free. I want to spend every second of it with you. There might be bad times, sure, but what relationship doesn't have them? I know that it won't always be easy, but know that I'm looking forward to my future with Kaede. And I know that she feels the same way. We may not have said it in words, but I feel like we didn't need to. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Ryoma, you're next, buddy. In his tennis court. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Ryoma. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some good times.
Sheesh.
My life in the outside world ends today. When we first got trapped here, it seemed like a nightmare. But now, I regret having to give up this kind of life. That's right. Ryoma has to go back to jail. Don't feel any sympathy for me. On the contrary, I'm grateful to you. Thanks to you, I was never bored here. Beyond that, I was able to grasp a faint wisp of hope.
Huh?
Hope?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got no doubt it's hope. Where I came here, I didn't have any future. And now, I find myself thinking when I get out of prison.
Sheesh.
I'm shocked I can still think about the future. It's true that when I first met him, I wasn't thinking about the future at all. Now he's always looking forward to that he wasn't. Knowing that I helped him change, nothing makes me happier. I'm really glad that you said that, Ryoma. You're the same as ever, right up until the end. By the way, that thing you said you wanted to do when you get out of jail? What's the matter? You had that heart-to-heart, and now you're saying you forgot?
No.
What did Ryoma want to do when he got out from jail? Well, there's only one thing Ryoma wanted to do, and we know it well. He wanted to eat soup with a chef. No. Go meet his lover? He's fucking dead. Find something that he threw away. That was his talent. Tennis.
If I remember correctly.
You're going to find something you threw away, right? Yeah. The thing is I threw away. I want to reach out for them again. Well, once I get out of prison, it'll be too late for most of them.
But
even if it's too late, perhaps your time here gave you a new important thing. How can you say such embarrassing things like that? Just hearing you is making me embarrassed. Sorry. You don't apologize. I don't mind things like that. Not at all. I'm really glad I met you. But Shuichi, you still have a ways to go. I finally grasped the hand that was held out to me. I discovered how calloused and strong his hands were. I am certain that these hands can find what he threw away. I can't prove it, but I believe it. Maybe our bond is the reason I believe. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. I think it's just Tenko Chabashira's event. Hey, Tenko-tan, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, don't touch me. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Maybe you can touch me? Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Tenko. This is the last day we'll spend in this academy after all, for the 6th time. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some good times. I never dreamed I'd actually be able to leave this place. Fall in love with someone to escape. That was impossible for me from the start. But I know you've changed, Tenko. A lot has happened in such a short time. Yeah, I did change. Well, my opinion of degenerate males changed anyways. Before, I'd rather die than breathe the same air as males. But now, I can tolerate breathing the same air as them as long as they get a sex change. Tenko. He didn't change all that much. But I'm sure it's a big change for Tenko. You're the reason why I changed so much, you know that? You made me realize something I didn't want to know. That's why I experienced such a change of heart. It's true. You did make her experience something that she didn't want to know. She's not wrong there. That's something that was, at least for me, pretty obvious, but hey.
Huh?
I did?
What?
Huh? You didn't forget, did you?
Degenerate male!
Of course you remember. Since you went through so much to change me, right? The thing that made Tenko change was... she saw males are human too. No, they're not. They're degenerates. You saw how great men can be. They're degenerates. You realized her master is a male. That's it, right?
Right?
You realized your master is a male. Yes, that's definitely it. You opened my Pandora's box. But because I was able to recognize it, I ended up maturing.
Huh?
Maturing?
It's Neo Aikido!
I found out Neo Aikido has the power to change males for the better. That was a lightning bolt of realization. If I continue to use Neo Aikido,
Sneak attack!
I'll be able to change all degenerate males into something more than just degenerates. I'll be able to rid the world of ugly, disgusting degenerates for good. I see.
Please!
So then, Shuichi, please master Neo Aikido. When you become more than just a degenerate, I'll stop holding my breath around you. You were holding your breath the whole time? Oh, if mastering Neo Aikido is too tough for you, then a sex change would be a lot faster. Yeah, you'd be a cute moe girl. I would definitely prefer the latter. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm not ever getting a sex change. She can't make me. Mastering Neo Aikido is the only way, even if we must die in the process. Oh, Tenko. Though I was a bit confused, I couldn't help but smile back at Tenko. I could feel her belief in me through her smile. My heart started beating faster before I even realized it. Yes, Tenko still hates males, but maybe I can love. The relationship began in fiction, but my beating heart is real. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Even if the information is fake, at least this relationship is real, right? We've made it real. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Gonta. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some really good times. Feels like time flew by. Maybe because Shuichi is here. Gonta has so much fun talking to Shuichi. Time always fly by so fast.
Okay.
I also had a lot of fun thanks to you, Gonta. If you weren't around, I wouldn't have been so active and energized. Hey, Gonta, what are you gonna do when you leave?
Going to do his best.
Gonta will keep moving forward to Gonta's goal. As long as Gonta tries hard, Gonta can reach any goal. Gonta's goal? What was that again? Was it to make friends with all bugs in existence? Was it to get Shuichi in bed? What was his goal again? I remember it. It wasn't anything so silly. Capture all the bugs in the world. Become like the wind. Well, it was to reconcile both of his families, if I remember correctly. You want your real family to accept your forest family, right? Yeah, for that, Gonta is going to work hard as ultimate entomologist. Forest family is reason why Gonta was able to become entomologist.
Going to do his best.
If Gonta keeps being ultimate entomologist, maybe real family will finally accept forest family. They will.
Okay.
I know they'll accept him, Gonta. Your talent is truly amazing, as is your innocence. After we get out of here, I want to help you with anything you need. Shuichi helps Gonta all the time, though. Gonta is really glad he met Shuichi. If Gonta never met Shuichi, Gonta wouldn't know how to get forest family accepted.
Thank you.
Gonta, Shuichi is truest gentleman there is. Oh, you're definitely a true gentleman. Thank you, Gonta. I firmly grasped the hand that was held out to me. Gonta's hand was much bigger than I anticipated. These hands can reach any goal they want to. I'm sure that he will get his families to reconcile. I can say that with conviction. I'm Gonta's best friend after all. And thus our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. What is it with Shuichi and hands? Does he have some sort of hand fetish? Is that it? Oh, we're in Kaito's spaceship. Of course we are. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with our bro. This is the last day we'll spend at the academy. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some good times.
Jeez.
This is our last day living here, huh? I thought I'd be happy about it, but I don't want it to end. I'm a little sad. As am I, bro.
You're right.
It was just for a short while, but we did go through a lot. I'm a little sad too. But of course, I'm still more happy than sad. Are you going to go back to your astronaut training when you get out of here?
Of course.
Of course. No way. I'm giving up on becoming an astronaut. I lost time here, so once I get back, I'm going to train harder than before. I'm going to make up all my lost time as fast as I can.
You're right.
That's true. While we were in here, the other trainees were training every day.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's going to be hard work closing that gap.
But you
know, coming here, I think it was a good thing for me. One reason was because I got to meet you. Oh. But also, I was able to practice the most important thing for an astronaut. The most important thing?
Huh?
What? I told you before, didn't I? Don't make me... don't tell me you forgot. Of course you did. Of course you told me. I definitely remember exactly what you're talking about. The most important thing for an astronaut. What was it? Was it leadership? Adapting to any environment? Or communication? Well, I want to say, begging Shuichi as your husband is definitely one of your goals, but, you know, communication is the most important thing you got out of all this. You have to communicate as an astronaut. A lot. Good communication, right?
Got it.
Ah, so you did remember it. No matter how great you are, you can't become an astronaut if you can't communicate. A fight on a spaceship because of bad communication could be fatal, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Also why good leadership's a good thing too, but hey. Yeah, I imagine that would be terrible.
I mean...
The universe is a hostile place, so communication is really important.
But you know...
Like, what if you meet aliens or something? But our daily lives here were the same way, right? Being shut away and told to live together.
Jeez.
Living here was probably even harder than living in a spaceship.
That's...
Well, you learned a lot about communication here, at least.
Remember.
Living here must have been good training for you.
Got it.
Yeah. I won't waste what I learned here. It was the same for you, right?
Huh?
What?
Hey, so...
Just how living here helped me in my astronaut training. I think it helped you with your detective work, too. Maybe the time you spent here will be useful for your future, you know. Isn't there something you gained here?
Okay.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have. Skills every detective needs. Skills every human being needs. Above all else, I was so lucky to meet a friend like Kaito. Or make a friend. Thank you for everything, Kaito. I'm really glad I met you.
Huh.
What are you talking about? That's my line. I'm glad I got to meet you, Shuichi. You'll always be my sidekick, alright?
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Hey, I'm actually kind of disappointed their gay isn't showing as much as it did in the social link. Kaito and I beamed at one another and shook hands. We both put all our strength into the handshake. I'm really glad I met Kaito. But in at least one way, I'm thankful to Monokuma. I'm sure Kaito feels the same way. But we don't have to tell each other that. We don't need words. I know exactly how Kaito feels without them. Oh me, oh my. This bond might just be the special something I acquired here. And thus our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Next we got Himeko. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Himeko. This is the last day we'll spend at the academy after all, for the 20th time. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some good times. Of course I want to leave, but it makes me sad to think our days here are over and
Okay.
Yeah, nothing really ever eventful happened, but I had a lot of fun with everyone.
You're right.
Everyone here was so nice. If I forgot that they called my tricks magic. My magic tricks. And now that I remember it, it annoys me. Yeah, don't worry, we think they're magic, Himeko. How rude of them, calling my magic tricks. Once we're out of here, I need to have them watch my show to set them straight. When we're out of here? Ah, that's right. You were going to keep your tricks after we got out of here. Oh no, don't call them tricks.
Hey!
Not magic tricks, it's real magic.
Ah,
Sorry, I forgot.
Jeez.
Jeez, I can't be off guard for even a second.
Right.
Well, anyways, of course I'm gonna keep practicing my magic once I get out of here. Well, I can be on stage with my master once again.
You're right.
That's right. That's your end goal.
Why you?
That's right. You didn't forget about it till now, did you? No, I swear, Himiko. Do not turn me into a toad. I didn't forget. I promise. I promise, Himiko.
Hey.
Oh, wait, did I skip that? No, not at all. And tell me what my master is doing right now. Magically, of course. Damn it. He's got us good. If we tell her we can't, she's like, what are you saying? Is magic fake then? And she'll turn us into a frog. It will be a bad end. Of course I'm joking. We know exactly what happened here. So, the thing that Himiko's master is doing is not enjoying a quiet retirement like I'd like to think, is not being killed by a dark mage, but training to perform with Himiko again. He's perfecting his tricks, training to perform with you again, Himiko, right?
No.
Wrong.
Huh?
Wrong, but
Hey!
it's a magic show, because we do magic in it, not tricks. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't you ever learn, Shuichi? Jeez, until the very end.
But
Besides that part, you got it right. My master must be doing magic training at this very moment. That's why I need to polish my own skills, because master will come back with all his skills plus more.
Okay.
If you and your master ever put on a show, I'll make sure to go and see it. It'll be a show for the ages. Of course. After all, you're the only one who understands my magic. If you don't come see our new show, I won't ever forgive you. I'll turn you into a toad, a frog, you hear me? I'm gonna force you to watch from a special seat, no matter what. Oh no, I just imagine us encaged in a magical box floating above a piranha tank. What, Shuichi? I'll dip you into the tank, yeah. Actually, on second thought, I'm too lazy to press the button. I wonder when they'll get to perform again. I can picture it. I imagine Himiko having so much fun. He's smiling, crying tears of joy. I wish from the bottom of my heart that that day could come sooner rather than later. My wish, her wish, will definitely come true. I'll do everything I can to see that wish granted. Everything. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Just for now, we got another social link to do. It's time for more 10 Heart events, Meisters. First, a woman I'll never forgive. Never forgive for ending Ryoma's life. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Kurumi. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy after all. This school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some good times as well. The time was short, but I am proud to have spent the time with you in this academy.
Huh?
Proud? I'm sure you're just exaggerating.
May I?
Have you forgotten? I see potential in you.
That is correct.
If I can support you like I have my past masters, I am sure you can break out of your shell and soar high into success. Spending time with someone with such potential is a proud achievement for any maid. Yeah, I remember.
But
I would still like to serve you when we leave here. Have you thought about your answer? Could you perhaps give me some more time? I remember you saying that with you by my side, I could go anywhere. But before that, I want to see how far I can go on my own. Could I request your help after I'm satisfied with what I've accomplished? I knew you would say that.
Huh?
You did? But my desire to serve you will not change. When that time comes, please contact me.
I will do my best.
I will follow my principles as a maid and offer you my whole heart.
Huh?
Your principles as a maid? Oh, have you forgotten?
No.
No. Rumi's principles as a maid. What were they again? Live every day like it's your last. Learn from the past. Selfless devotion. thing I think about with Kurumi is from her social link, she had a big mistake in the past. She also does selflessly devote herself to pretty much everyone. Well, that her masters at least. So I think it's selfless devotion. Selfless devotion?
That is correct.
Yes, I must dispose all personal feelings if I am to commit to my services. My master's desire is my desire. My master's wish is my wish.
I am a maid after all.
In my opinion, that is how all maids should think. This coming from an ultimate.
But
When the time comes to serve me, I hope that you find your own purpose.
Please wait.
Are you telling me to bend my principles? Oh, you better not. No, nothing like that. I had a lot of fun being your classmate. Oh, I would like to be able to talk with you like that again.
That is correct.
If my master desires it, then I will do so. I look forward to the day I will serve you.
okay.
Yes, I'll work hard, Kurumi. I want to call upon you soon.
I am a maid after all.
So we can kill her. I will polish my scales as a maid until then. Yeah, you do that. We'll have an ultimate showdown. We have to have revenge for Ryoma, despite him not being dead in this game mode. Anyways, our eyes met as we exchange promises. I know that we won't have to break them. I know it. And I know that Kurumi feels the same way. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Do. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Kibo. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy after all. This school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we actually had a lot of great times. So today is our last day here. It seems so long, yet felt so short.
You're right.
It's a bit sad, isn't it? Even though we were forced to come here. Yes, I would be lying if I said I did not feel sad about leaving this place.
All right.
But that sadness is blown away when I think about presenting our plan to the professor.
Huh?
Our plan?
Hey!
Have you forgotten? The plan that you and I came up with together. Oh, I think I know what he's talking about, actually.
That's...
Yes, the plan, right, that one. 50 eyes. The proposal we came up with to present the Professor Ibashi, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's the plan, but you seem somewhat unsure. You do remember the details of our plan, right? Of course I do, silly. The plan Kibo and I came up with. Make more Kibos. One's enough, thank you, game. Make Kibo a giant. Kibo's backstory. Kibo's backstory, I believe, is what we were looking for.
If I remember
Your
correctly-
backstory settings, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. In order to achieve even greater heights as a robot, the backstory behind my creation simply will not suffice.
That's right.
For example, I could have been kidnapped by an evil organization and turned into a cyborg.
Not far from the truth, actually. Holy shit.
That's why we came up with different backstories to present. You want the professor to modify your settings when you get out of here, right? Yeah, yes, that is my intention, but...
Huh?
What's wrong?
Well...
No, it's nothing serious. It's just... As much as I look forward to it, I also feel somewhat worried.
Because...
It's okay, Kibo. We've worked so hard on that. I'm sure the professor will be convinced.
Well...
No, it's not that. I'm just a little worried about the modification procedure. What if the modifications turn me into a completely different person? And what if we grow apart because of that? Until we're no longer friends?
That's...
Kibo! Oh, I apologize. We're about to finally leave this place, and I'm talking about such a despairing subject. I'm positive that the modification will go smoothly. What? And if something goes wrong and you're not Kibo anymore, we'd still want to be friends, Kibo. You don't need to worry about that. Shuichi! You're the best human in existence. Thank you. Kibo and I embrace tightly. Kibo is a robot. I am a human, but that difference doesn't matter. Don't you know? Love transcends all boundaries. We're best friends no matter what. No matter how many times Kibo is modified. Even if Kibo isn't Kibo anymore, he will always be my friend. Our relationship began in fiction, but our affection is real. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Kyo. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy after all. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some good times as well.
However,
There was a surprising amount to be gained during our time here. Strangely, I had a lot of fun too. I also learned a lot about folklore and bondage. You truly do have the talent to be an anthropologist. Being able to enjoy learning is an important talent in any study.
in any event,
By the way, do you recall your promise? Our plans for when we left this place? Our promise? If I'm remembering correctly... what the options are. Meet his older sister? We know that's not happening. We're not a pretty girl, after all. Become his apprentice? Or was it to travel around together? From what my memory serves, or what my memory tells me, it was to travel around together, researching different folklores and deities and all sorts of stuff in regards to anthropology. To travel together, right, Kyo? So it seems you haven't forgotten. Yes, I want you to see with your own eyes the beauty of humanity as I know it. If I go with you, I know I can discover the beauty of humanity all over again.
tell me your thoughts.
So, I will ask you once more. Will you travel the country with me, Shuichi?
Leave it to me.
Of course! You always look like you're having fun no matter where you are. I thought you might say that, Shuichi.
So then...
Oh, and there's someone I want to introduce you to once we get out of here.
Huh?
Introduce me to?
You see,
My lover. He and I are fated to be together. We've promised each other our undying love. I think that you would get along with sister just fine.
huh?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Sister, I see. My mistake. I thought you said lover. All will be clear once we get out of this place.
I am pleased.
Oh, we know. Shuichi, don't. More importantly, Shuichi, thank you for being my friend. Would make me very happy if you could be friends with sister, too. No. Oh, God. I still don't have the sister and lover situation figured out, Shuichi. For Shuichi. Oh, gosh, I got flustered from that. But I feel like I'd be friends with anyone Kyo introduced me to. I realize now that I have an unwavering trust in him. And thus our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. And not 2 months later, Shuichi's body was found. And it's time to say sayonara to this place. Speaking of sayonara, hey Anji. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Anji. This is the last day we'll spend together at this academy after all. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some really divine times, sanctioned by Atua.
What a
I
surprise!
didn't think we'd ever get out of here, I would. Not that I would have mind staying.
No.
Well, I certainly want to leave.
And then?
Hey, Shuichi, do you remember what you promised me? You promised to become my husband and move to my island to start a divine family. You did.
No.
No, I don't think that was a promise.
What?
What do you mean? You are my first, so you have to become my husband. You do.
Huh?
Don't tell you. What? Don't tell me you forgot that special moment we shared together.
No.
No, I remember that. Oh, the first she's talking about. The first kiss? No. Worshipping Anji? Not quite. Getting pissed at her. That's exactly it. It was the first time anyone scolded you, Anji.
Ideal!
That's right, it is. The first time I got scolded was by you, Shuichi. I've never been scolded before. It was shocking, really, it was. And ever since, all I could think about it was you.
You see?
That's why you have no choice but to become my husband, Shuichi. Even Atua says you have no choice, he does.
But,
Still, getting married. Did you not hear what Atua said?
okay.
I can't really think about marriage yet. But I do want to spend more time with you, Anji.
Huh?
Huh? Do you really?
I
want to learn about your island. I want to learn about Atua. I want to learn more about you. There's still so much I don't know.
that's...
So, perhaps the marriage can wait until after we get to know each other better? Yeah, Atua says that's okay as well. He says he'll watch over us forever, he will. Well, if he's a god, he's omnipotent and should be able to watch over us forever, Anji. It's nice that we have Atua's blessing, though. Anji was blushing. I felt my own cheeks redden at the sight. And then Anji and I softly embraced. We felt each other's hearts beating so fast. Our relationship began in fiction, but our beating hearts are real, as is Atua. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end, and our life on the island started. It's time to say goodbye to the rockin' body. The rockin' body of Mew Iruma. Hey, Mew. Before I left the academy, I decided to talk alone with Mew and have a final look at some of her inventions. This is the last day we'll spend at this academy, after all, and you can't bring all the inventions with you. The school life was crazy, but now that I think back on it, we had some fantastic times using Mew's crazy inventions.
Ah.
So today's the day we finally get out of here, huh? It felt too long, but at the same time, not long enough. I can't believe I'm actually feeling sentimental about it. So you're capable of feeling sentimental as well, Mew?
Doy.
Pasha! I'm super powered, high-tech, augmented human who even makes Kibo nervous. He's never going to give this up, is she? Never gonna give it up, never gonna let it down, never gonna fool around or desert you. Sorry, I had to. Still though, so much has happened. I got to meet unique people. Not as unique as me, of course, but still. I got to meet new inventions that made me frightened of my own abilities. And also, I got to meet you, Shuichi.
That's...
Mew. Oh, don't you remember? When you received my panties? You also received a special right. The special right was... Oh my gosh. The right to wear those panties? I'm not gonna say it. The right to date her. I'm pretty sure she's talking about the dating, not wearing her panties. Gosh. The right to date you, Mew.
Booyah!
Alright. Good on you for remembering. Want me to give you my bra as a reward?
No.
No thanks.
You know.
We've gone on dates all over this academy, but still not enough. Give me more. There are so many more places I want to go with you, too many to even count.
Okay.
Yeah, well, no matter how many dates it takes, I'll keep going until you're satisfied. Well, no matter how many dates we go on, I'll never be satisfied.
Huh?
You mean? You're seriously asking me? I'm saying I want to be with you forever. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, Mew. She's grown on me. She really has. Mew was blushing, and I felt my own cheeks blush at the rare sight. Mew and I embraced. The hug was warm and sweet. For Mew, anyways. We felt each other's hearts beating so fast. Our relationship began in fiction, but our beating hearts are real and augmented. And thus, our days at the Ultimate Academy for Gifted Juveniles came to an end. Our adventure was just beginning.